Hey, Rachel.
Oh, hi.
Do you have some time for quick questions?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Who inspired your interest in foreign policy?
President Ronald Reagan. My earliest political memories as a child are the end of the Cold War.
What is the title of your essay?
America's First, the Statesmanship and Statecraft of President George Washington.
How would you describe the topic of your essay in one word?
Myth busting.
What time period is your essay exploring?
It covers the life of George Washington with a real focus on his time as president.
Who is your primary audience?
I'd say young people who are curious to learn more about America's founding.
What was your favorite book you read while researching this essay?
Washington, A Life by Ron Chernow.
Do you prefer silence, music, or background chatter when you write?
Absolute silence.
If you could have dinner with any founding father, who would it be?
Obviously George Washington, but if I had to pick a second, I would say Alexander Hamilton, his right-hand man.
In your opinion, what is the most memorable fact about George Washington?
George Washington almost joined the British Navy as a young man, following the footsteps of his older brother. His mom objected right at the last minute and didn't let him go, but if he had, he would have ended up serving in the British Navy instead of being America's great general during the Revolutionary War.
What's one piece of advice you have for young professionals looking to succeed in the field of foreign policy?
I'd recommend anyone get involved in organizations like AHS and other extracurricular activities, whether it's on campus or as young professionals, and go to events and happy hours like it's your second job.
What's your go-to snack while writing?
I like to reward myself with dark chocolate after I've worked through a particularly hard piece.
In a few short words, how would you define American exceptionalism?
The idea that the American experiment in self-governance really makes us indispensable to the advancement of freedom on the global stage.
What is one word that best describes your writing style?
I hope clarity.
What's the most surprising fact you learned while researching for your essay?
I think just the idea that America's founders were so focused on America's role in the world and what would become America's role in the world, even as they were fighting for and winning American independence.
Which historical figure do you relate to the most?
Alexander Hamilton. I'm a consummate staffer. I like being the guy behind the guy.
What book would you recommend for someone new to foreign policy?
I'd recommend Walter McDougall's Promised Land Crusader State.
Tea or coffee while writing?
Always tea. I don't drink coffee. I wouldn't have made a good revolutionary American, I guess.
If you could ask George Washington one question about leadership, what would it be?
Thinking about his time as a military leader in particular, how to inspire those around you to greatness.
What leadership qualities made George Washington indispensable to the founding of the U.S.?
His absolute commitment to American independence and his determination to see that through in the early days.
Are you a morning person or a night owl while writing?
A morning person. I have a very early bedtime.
If you could pose a one-sentence challenge to America, what would it be?
I'd like to see our country put in the work to become a more perfect union.
How do you know a draft is finally done?
When the due date comes.
Do you outline carefully or write first and shape later?
Write first and shape later. For me, it's all about getting the words from my head onto the page.
How did Washington's approach to foreign policy reflect his statesmanship?
Washington was thinking from the earliest days of the Republic about what America's role would be on the global stage, even as we were going through our first steps as a country itself.
What is one lesson you hope readers take away from your essay?
I hope they think about how we can't just read a few quotes from our founding fathers or other historical figures and understand what they believed in. We really have to research and understand historical figures in the totality of what they said, what they did, and how they acted.
Awesome. That's all. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Bye.